go pick it up. And I don't know. It was just
How
crazy.
long? Wait, how long were you dating him for?
Probably 3 months.
Oh, this is the 3 months.
Yeah.
This is the longest.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, the guy who you dated for the longest period of time ever was a scammer. It sounds like a drug user.
Pretty much, yeah.
Committing various felonies. Like I'm pretty sure it's a felony to.
Oh yeah.
Rock on.
Like make a false doctor's prescription.
Definitely.
And this was the high vibrational man.
I like Brian's new look, his leather jacket look, the fawns over here. Hey. And by the way, this woman, do you think she would have gotten kicked out of that LGBTQ event earlier? I think she would have.
Manifestation, you were.
Well,
or was this before the manifestation?
Well, this is actually, it was part of my journey. It was very important for me.
My journey.
Andrews loves that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
It was part of your
a big
journey.
Awakening for me because I used to think that shit was cool. And, you know, that's kind of why I got with him in the first place. And this was like the turning point when I realized, okay, maybe I don't want this for my life. And I don't agree with the things that he was doing. And,
Okay.
And ever since then, I've stayed to myself, you know, focused on myself. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And he bought you whatever you wanted. So what?
Pretty much. I mean, I'm not somebody who wants a lot of things,
but he bought you like Chick-fil-A and shit.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the fast food, but yeah, he would take me
vegan?
on. Whoa.
No,
I'm not vegan.
Okay. You said you were only dating for marriage?
Yes.
Okay. Was this even your position when you were dating the scammer guy?
It was generally like, but I think I was just too naive to really follow through with that standard I had for myself.
You wrote here that you believe premarital sex doesn't exist. From your take on the Bible, it sounds like once you have sex, you are married to someone.
Oh, it's the black Hebrew Israelite position, huh? What's his name? I forgot that guy's name. The one that Andrew Wilson debated last week.
Spiritually.
Yeah.
But also you have a secular position on why it's important to preserve yourself.
I also wrote this a long time ago. This was like months ago, by the way. So
that changed?
Maybe the secular position. But anyways.
Oh, okay. Well, what about the other stuff? That's still valid?
Yeah, like I grew up Catholic and in a Christian church as well. And whenever I'd read the passages, I couldn't quote it directly, but it's along the lines of when you marry someone, then you're able to have sex with them, right? Like when you have the divine union. Andrew, can you help me out? I'm sure you know more about this than me. Like what exactly?
It's your view.
Okay.
Here,
well, I just want to convey it properly because I don't have the scripture in front of me.
You can paraphrase. It's fine to paraphrase.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna. No one's gonna beat you up because you don't know the exact.
Well, knowing you guys, anyways.
That's hard to. It's hard to memorize stuff like that.
The general idea in the church is like wait till marriage to have sex. You know, go through this union and connection.
So, are you waiting until marriage to have sex?
At this point, yes, like it's okay. So I didn't finish my view. So the way that I reinterpreted the Bible was that when two souls, stop shaking your head. Let me finish. When two souls conjoin, that is the communion right there. That is the marriage.
How many people have you married?
No comment. I mean, if you really want to know, but like,
sure.
Three.
You've married three people.
Yes, 3.
So you're a polygamist.
Now hang on.
So
because we have to be specific here. The 3 marriages are the conjoining of the soul. But has there been any encounters that you've had which are not the conjoining of the soul?
No.
But you still okay. So this means body count total is 3.
Are you talking about blowjobs?
Do you want to talk about blowjobs?
Yeah. So I mean, are you still married to all of these people?
I feel like it definitely took a toll on my spiritual well-being for sure.
Yeah, I know, but are you still married to them though?
Wait, when's the last time? Sorry, go ahead. Answer Andrew's question.
What was the question, Andrew?
Are you still married to all of these people?
Kind of like that's not. I guess it depends on how I view it in my mental space.
When's the last time you were married?
Long time ago, like a year ago.
A year ago. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and how many pumps until you're married? That's what Brian should have asked. How many pumps until it's marriage, huh?
You've been celibate for a year.
Pretty much.
What do you mean, pretty much?
Well, it depends on your definition of celibate, because if I'm not mistaken, the actual term celibate means abstaining from sex, period, in this lifetime. Celibacy. Are you familiar with that?
Well, just abstaining from sex.
Right. Like not, it's not like, oh, I'm celibate for a week. It's like celibacy is like.
No, you can be celibate for a week.
Are you sure? Can we pull that up? Like, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
we'll
Okay.
grant that it's certainly the case for
Right,
a year.
right,
So it's
right.
been a year.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. And then, so you are waiting until marriage before you engage in marriage.
Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna.
Having sex, yeah.
No, well, let me explain it. I'm not
Okay.
gonna perform that act unless it's somebody that is of my standard of husband. Right, like
So
somebody that could possibly be the father of my children. Right, I'm not gonna fuck around with somebody who's not worthy
So
of
if you
that.
get
position.
married again and you go through the legal process and this type of thing, are you committing adultery on
Oh.
your other husbands?
I'm not getting married legally. That's not in the vision.
Okay, so
You're
you
not.
never get married legally, but you just get married via the soul to the next guy. Are you committing adultery?
I guess so. Yeah, in your religion, yes.
No, in your view.
In my view, no.
Okay, but you just said that you were married to all
Well,
those
I'm talking on the topic of the Christian Bible, and I'm not a Christian. So in my view, no. But back when I wrote that, I was going to a Christian church, and I was hearing these sermons about sex.
Is she a black Hebrew Israelite? Huh? Because like I said, that's a black Hebrew Israelite talk.
Before marriage, and this is what I had concluded. So
What I'm confused about is you're saying you wrote you're only dating for marriage, but you don't want to get married. So
Just in like
wait,
the
I
traditional
no, I
sense.
don't. Yeah, I don't want to get married legally. Like the fucking government that holds no weight in my life, no value.
So is marriage, but then you say when you have sex with someone, you're married.
Like that's
So
yes,
then
that's the current term for it. I guess you
you're-
could say.
How could
But she's saying from like the Christian perspective. Like when she's talking about sex as marriage,
Well,
she's
okay, well,
talking about like the
forget the
Christian
obscure.
perspective.
Your belief right this second.
Yeah. Go
If
ahead.
you sleep with a person, are you married to them?
You're binding your souls together. Yeah, that's a very
You believe that, not some other people. You believe that that's true.
Yeah. I guess it depends on the definition of marriage as well. If you're saying
Then
that
you
word
have bound your soul to 3 other people. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so then if you bind your soul to another person, are you committing adultery?
Yeah. Unfortunately,
So any guy that you marry, you are going to have to proclaim yourself an adulteress?
I don't have to.
Well, I mean, it's an entailment. You would just be hiding information from him, right?
No.
You'd be like, by the way, I have these other 3 husbands, and but I'm,
Yeah.
I'm only banging you.
Yeah, but you're taking my
But there's
spiritual.
Yeah, but these are good questions because how does that work? This whole if you sleep with them, but then you're married to them, like how does it work? Are just a bunch of people just married to each other?
married to me.
You're
right?
taking my spiritual meaning and you're putting it in a physical, literal sense. That's why it sounds silly.
Well, the thing is even within your spiritual context, it would still be body, soul, right? Or spirit, if you want
Okay.
to say that instead of soul.
Right.
These things are not divorced from each other. Yeah.
The body and the soul.
Yeah, they're not divorced from each other.
I think they can be.
Yeah, but well, no, how? Unless you're dead, how could they be divorced from each other?
Once consciousness realizes that it's not operating in the physical body, I think there can be a big separation there. Speaking from personal experience.
But you're still in your body.
Yeah, you're still in it, but it's like
So they're not
the
separated.
realization.
Your body is still breathing, and your consciousness is still exists in both spaces, no matter what.
Yes, but the
Yes.
realization, I feel like the realization kind of severs that.
sever?
Yes.
But when you marry
Creates a
somebody with your
separation.
soul next, you will be committing adultery to the other 3 keepers of your soul.
Well, if I could go back and do it again, I would only.
Yeah, but you can't go back and do it
Exactly,
again. So from your view,
Exactly.
you're an adulteress.
No, I wouldn't claim that. I'm not shit.
How could you not be?
Yeah, exactly. You know, she just doesn't want to claim it because it doesn't sound nice. You know, it sounds bad, so that she doesn't want to say that. By the way, if you're enjoying so far, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. You guys will be helping me out a lot with the algorithm. Let's continue.
Like, how could you not be an adulteress if you're claiming that were actually married via soul to 3 other men, you're going to marry a 4th man. How would you not be committing adultery on the 3 other men?
Okay, then yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm an adulteress. If you want to put a label on it, but I don't claim that.
This whole thing is completely incoherent.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, it's consistent. It's consistent. It's just like,
I feel like, Andrew, I feel like you're kind of like not on the same wavelength. Like you're not picking up what I'm putting down. So it's kind of hard to explain it to y'all.
Well, I feel like adulteress is like a very religious kind of thing, while you're going to have multiple soul ties with multiple different people. So your
A
soul.
soul tie is not a religious thing.
No, but it is in the more spiritual way. Instead of saying adultery, though, it's less like you've done something bad and more so a piece of your soul is going to be connected to as many people as you give that to.
Yeah.
And maybe that means a smaller part of your soul will go to each person. But I think in the Christian sense, it would be adultery. And in the woo-woo
So it's like
sense,
spiritual prostitution
yeah, sure.
or spiritual whoredom or spiritual adultery.
Sure.
It would be
That's what you want to call
adultery.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a couple things here, guys. TTS, we've lowered it to 100 if you guys want to get one in. I guess, again, my question here is, you said you're waiting until marriage, or sorry, are you waiting until marriage?
Yes, currently, yes.
But you don't want to get married.
Legally, I don't want to get married legally.
So
in the legal sense.
what way would you get married?
I
Would there
think
be a ceremony?
Personally, yes. For me, it would be a spiritual.
Who would officiate it? Just like a random, like
Somebody who's meaningful in my life, probably my dad.
Okay, your dad.
Yeah.
Would officiate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't play by the rules of the government. I don't give a fuck what everybody else says.
Okay,
Like
that's
I'm gonna
fine.
do my.
Oh God. These people, they're insufferable. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about the game. I'm just gonna do me. Which, yeah, but you would instead get married in the church, a religious ceremony, not just your hippy dippy freaking crystal moon child ceremony, whatever you got going on.
My wedding, however I want it, and I definitely don't want anything in the government system.
Look, I believe marriages like that could be valid, right? I think that from my view, there doesn't need to be an officiate from a government to make a marriage valid. I would consider it a sacrament. If you're saying that this is like, but you still are at the same mercy of the same logic, because if you're just making the declaration of we are married because our souls have connected, then you've got 3 other husbands running around out there and you're all adultering on each other.
Yeah, I guess that's the reality, Andrew. I guess that is. And it's unfortunate, I wish I made better decisions, but here we are.
Yeah.
So are you the next guy you meet, you're gonna how long are you gonna wait until you want to get married?
Probably at least a year. Like to know that they're worthy of building. Marriage is farther down the line.
Okay.
But
so you're going to wait to have sex until you're married. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to wait a year. But none of the previous guys you dated, that was your standard. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So all the including the
go.
scammer drug dealer
Here we
guy,
go.
how soon after meeting him did you guys hook up?
I had known him for a couple years, so it's probably in terms of dating,
because you said you were only dating for 3 months.
Yeah, I think in terms of dating, it's probably a month.
1 month. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what you're pitching to future guys. I had sex within a month of meeting a scammer, criminal, but the good guy, the father of my children, he has to wait a year or longer until we're married to have
I think
sex.
the fact that I chose to do that in the past doesn't give my next suitor, I don't think that gives them a pass to like a justification of like, okay, well, you need to have sex with me now.
No, you can do you don't have to do anything.
Okay, right.
But from the male perspective, especially since you're not approaching this from like an objective morality position, like religion, it seems just kind of like a raw deal for the guy, and like, you know, I'll
Well,
give you
and
some analogies to explain
okay,
why.
go ahead first.
Or well, you make your point and then I'll.
Okay, I was gonna say, I think that really depends on the man too, because a lot of men in this generation are very lustful and on that vibration, and I've came very far
Vibration.
from that state, and I think somebody who's looking for a good soul rather than somebody to sleep with, I think they will understand where I'm coming from. That's really what I look for in a man. So my standards will automatically weave out any bad weeds. So.
I guess the male perspective on this would be, and look, women can change how they move. You could have previously slept with 100 men, all within 15 minutes of meeting them. And then Mr. 101, you can say, nope, I'm going to wait until marriage. You're going to wait 2 years, blah, 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 whatever, whatever. I would say that's a pretty raw deal for the guy. How about this, though? I'll give you a couple scenarios to perhaps elucidate why it's kind of a raw deal. You go to an ice cream shop. There's 10 people in line in front of you. Each of those 10 people get the ice cream for free. You finally get to the front of the line, and now they tell you it's going to be $10. How would that make you feel?
I'd be like, damn, okay.
You wouldn't feel like kind of gypped or what the fuck?
It depends on their reasoning. I mean, did the first 10 people have a coupon? Was it like a special going on? You know,
What special? Did you have a special going on with those 3 men? Did you have a coupon? Did they have a coupon and they were redeeming? Yeah, just use promo code Moonchild and you could sleep with me.
do they
kind
just
of arbitrary.
don't? They just don't like me.
Just kind of arbitrary. How about this?
Okay.
Looking for, somebody sent me some good ones here.
I mean, how about this? I mean, this is super simple. It's really easy, right? So if it's the case, let's say that you had previous partners and you didn't make them wait, and then the next guy, you're like, you're going to wait. He knows you didn't make previous partners wait. Why wouldn't he feel gypped?
Wait, one more time, Andrew.
Like, let's say, okay, so there's Jim and Bob.
Okay.
So you meet Jim and you think Jim is
Or Jim Bob, huh? Jim and Bob, Jim Bob. By the way, incognito. I totally saw that and I thought it was awesome because he gave me a shout out too. It was pretty cool. I was actually streaming at the same time I was watching it. And yeah, but I actually reached out to him, not reached around, but reached out to him and I said, thank you.
awesome, okay? And in the first week, you sleep with Jim. The very first week you meet him, you think he's so great, you sleep with him. And then things, unfortunately, don't work out between you and poor Jim. So you go over to Bob, and you really like Bob. And Bob is great, and he's wonderful. You meet Bob later, and you say, well, Bob, you got to wait. And then one night, you're having a nice conversation over dinner, and you tell Bob about Jim and how you slept with him in the first week. How does that make Bob feel, the guy who now has to wait? Wouldn't he feel like he was inferior to Jim, the guy you gave it up to?
No.
Why wouldn't he feel like that?
Because the man that I'm ever going to explain myself in any scenario to, this man is going to be understanding. Now, these things happened many years ago, and if you talk to anybody that has had a spiritual awakening, you know, you have to go through some tough shit to realize, you know, there's more. So
I would put it to women like this if they want to refute that, try to refute that. I would put it to them like this. Imagine you met a guy and he told you, yeah, the last 3 women on their first dates, I took them to this expensive restaurant and did all these fancy things with them on the first date. Meanwhile, he's taking you to the Applebee's or something, you know, like the Applebee's in a movie. Wouldn't you be like, okay, well, how come these women got this treatment and I'm just getting the Applebee's? Like, wouldn't you feel a little like inferior? Like, well, how come I'm not getting this treatment? I mean, it's natural to feel that way, but these women, they don't understand that. So I would try to put it to them in the way that they would understand.
Like, damn, I wish this chick hadn't gone through a spiritual awakening.
No, Andrew, so maybe, but what I'm saying is any man that I end up with, he's going to fucking respect that, honestly. He's going to respect that decision, and that's going to make him want to marry me even more. Period.
Why would that make him want to marry you more?
Because I realized I had some wrongdoings. I I understood them, I took accountability for them, and I realized I wanted to do better. And if any man doesn't respect that, then shit, I don't want him in my life.
Yeah, I can understand him respecting accountability and respecting that all of that. I just don't know why it would make him feel worse or better that you making him wait. And
Okay,
there was something about Jim
wait,
that you just
wait,
had to
wait.
wrap your legs around right away.
But you're stating this so simply. It's like, how about the year or 2 years in between from meeting them? Like, how about all of that time, Andrew? Let me explain that to him. What did I do in that time? I worked on
Let's
myself.
say you were celibate the entire time.
Yeah, and
It still seems from Bob's perspective that Jim got a better deal.
Well, if fucking Bob is a piece of shit, then yeah, he's gonna have that perspective. And guess what? I don't.
See, they always got to do that. They always got to put it, well, it's his problem. It's his the one with the problem. Like, no, it's again, you hear the guy that you're with, took all these women on these fancy dinners and dates or whatever, takes you to just the Applebee's or even, I don't know, the Five Guys place just to get burgers. You'd be thinking, well, how come he's not doing this for me? What were those women? And Bob could be like, well, listen, those women were taking advantage of me because they just wanted me for my money. But I want to know that you're here just for me. You'd be like, oh, okay, well, I guess, but you would still feel shafted. It would be normal. It's completely normal to feel that way. That's how it's like for men.
Make him a piece of shit.
Because it's like, why wouldn't you respect that? Like, I made a mistake and I want to do better. Why wouldn't you respect that? I don't understand.
So, okay, well, here, let's take the logic to its conclusion then. Okay, let's say you had fucked 100 guys in a single night, but you took accountability for it. Why wouldn't he respect that? Why wouldn't he?
Okay, but you can't just compare.
Why wouldn't he?
Nah, Andrew, don't make that noise because you can't just compare.
Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he respect that?
I've heard this argument from you many times before, and you can't just compare. You cannot just compare.
Answer the question.
All right, ask it one more time. Go ahead. What makes? Okay, go ahead.
Why wouldn't he respect it anyway? Even if you took all that accountability, why?
Because of the number.
Right, but so all you're saying is that. So what's the proper number? If you've done this 5 times, is that too many?
You're asking me?
Yeah, if you had slept with a guy in the first week 5 times, that's too many. But 100
well,
times,
I think what's really telling it, it's like, yeah, we can make mistakes, but it's how we move forward. Like, I think somebody else said this earlier. It's how we move forward from that, right? So maybe I slept with 100 guys, right? And then I'm celibate for, you guys say celibate, for 10 years. For 10 years. And I took all of that time. Maybe I went to therapy. Maybe I started going to the gym. Maybe I started eating healthy, meditating. It's like, that's really telling. It's like,
yeah, but when that dude hears that you plowed 100 dudes in a night, isn't he going to go,
no,
no matter how much time has passed?
No,
he's be like,
not a man that's up to my standards. No, absolutely not.
So the man who's up to your standards is a man who could look past you sleeping with 100 dudes in a single night.
That's kind of hard to answer because that's hypothetical.
Is it?
It's hypothetical. So I'm like trying to apply it to my scenario.
Would you be okay?
So what if you had slept with a guy the first week 7 times? Should your man be able to see past that?
Wait, one guy 7 times in 1 week. That's what.
No. 7 different guys.
Oh, in 1
week. The first week you met him, yeah.
Like I said, I think it's the telling of what you do afterwards. And how about your religion? Like, I don't know. Does Christianity exactly do what's it called? When you go and tell your sins, do they do that?
Confession.
Of course, confession. And yes, look, I'm all for people reforming, and I think it's still much
all right.
more
So
noble.
I really feel
I think
like
it's much more noble to move towards reforming, absolutely, and stopping the bad behavior.
Yeah.
I just don't think that it actually gives any protection against the judgment against the behavior. Meaning, like,
okay.
I don't give a shit if you're the most pious Christian woman in the world, right? If you slept with 100 dudes in a night, I ain't ever gonna date you, no matter what.
Right.
I don't care. I don't. Maybe by the grace of God, thank God He forgave you, right?
Right.
And I'm not going to hold it against you. I just also I'm not going to date you.
Hey, and that's okay, Andrew. We need people like you in this world, and we need people of the other duality in this world as well. So
Stamps?
Yeah, shit. We need both polarities. Like we really do. There's not one right formula to life. Like and you are not superior to a man because you make a different decision. Like in your Bible, it says all men are created equal, and
I'm superior to any man.
I said
who
you are
would date
not.
a woman who slept on purpose with 100 men in a single night.
Now, if you think you're superior to anybody else on this earth, I think that kind of defies your logic a bit because your Bible says all men are created equal, does it not?
Where?
I don't fucking know. It's not my Bible. Look it up, though. Look it up.
That's the Declaration of Independence, you dope. Not the Bible.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
I did read the Bible. I actually was in church for years.
So what Andrew's trying to
tell me
say?
anywhere. I'll tell you what. I'll even let you Google it.
Okay.
Tell me where in the Bible it says all men are created equal.
Okay.
Okay, what's your question? Go
I
ahead.
have a question. So according to his analogy or whatever, if a woman slept with 100 men and then she repents, would God forgive her? If
Yes.
you're okay, so you
Yes.
think you're more superior than God, and you think
How
you're
would-
you
how
can
would
I finish my
superior-
question,
Yeah.
please?
superior. Yeah, go
Can,
ahead.
do you think that your opinion is more important and more superior than God's opinion? Do you think you offer a better heaven than God could? Because he says he would forgive anybody, even if you murder
Wait, Andrew,
someone.
let me jump in really quick here.
No, I just want to make sure I got this right. There's a chomo, a kid diddler, and he's on death row. He diddled 10,000 children. He repents and he's
Jesus
forgiven.
Christ.
Do you think you're better than him?
Honestly,
Hang
so
on. Let me
when
finish.
no,
I want to
okay.
make sure you do not think you're better than that person, right? You're same.
Honestly, I think that you shouldn't answer my question with another question. I don't appreciate that at all because I feel like we've been
Okay, well, then let me
answering.
answer your question. Yes,
Yeah.
but when we're talking about the idea of superiority, we obviously have a different definition of what that means. So now answer mine, please.
What was your answer?
Are you the
Yes.
same as a man?
No, I didn't say what was your question.
Yes, you did say same.
I said no. I
Not
said, what's your
superior, Not
answer?
inferior to a man who diddled 1,000 children. Are you the
See,
He literally answered it. He said yes. Were you not paying attention, lady?
you're not answering my question though. So why should I,
I
answer
literally
yours?
said the word yes. What part of yes?
What-
did you
yes,
understand?
what?
That's why
I didn't
ES is
understand
3
it.
letters. Yes.
I didn't.
Yes, again.
Yes,
Yes,
what?
I'm superior to them. Yes.
No, that's not what I
Now my
asked
turn.
though.
Now
That's
it's my
that
turn.
wasn't my
So now that I've
question
answered
though.
your question 14
Yo,
times.
Andrew,
That wasn't my
whoever hasn't
question,
sinned,
though.
whoever hasn't sinned, cast the first stone. So
Oh my
you think-
gosh. Oh my goodness. She said she reads the Bible, yet she quotes all the lefty quotes from the Bible. Love thy neighbor, and he who hasn't sinned cast the first stone. It's like the only things that people know, like these non-believers know of the Bible.
That's not
How
my
does that apply to the
question, though.
logic?
One thing
logical
really
statement
quick
you said?
here. So yeah, under religion, people who have committed crimes or people who have a sordid past can be saved by Christ. Men do not need to then disregard a woman's baggage when he's making a dating determination.
See,
Like
I'm
a
not
Christian
saying
man
that.
doesn't need to be like, well, she's been forgiven or saved by Christ, ergo I must date her.
I got a question.
Men can still, even Christian men,
Would never question her salvation.
Hey, I have a question.
But if I followed your logic, you have to understand that if you really believe, like she believes,
No, I
Right?
didn't.
And
I
this
didn't. I
idea
feel
of
like
moral-
honestly,
okay,
people show
well then-
like people just put words in my mouth.
Wait, Andrew.
Wait, what? What did
is
I
that,
do?
is that a rage quit? Are you?
I'm
is that
just
a rage
pointing
quit?
out the entailment of the logic here. It's like,
Wait, Andrew. Yo,
I think
I have
it's a
one
rage.
question for you though.
Just come back, sit down.
Wait, let me watch that again because what did she get so upset about?
your logic, you have to understand that if you really believe, like she believes,
No, I
Right?
didn't.
And
I
this
didn't. I
idea
feel
of
like
moral-
honestly,
okay,
people show
well then-
like people just put words in my mouth.
Wait, Andrew.
What the
Andrew.
hell?
Andrew.
wait, what? What did
Is
I
that
do?
is that a rage quit? Are you?
I'm
is that
just
a rage
pointing
quit?
out the entailment of the logic here. It's like,
Wait, Andrew. Yo,
I think
I have
it's a
one
rage.
question for you though.
Just come back, sit down. Don't worry.
Andrew, are you listening?
yes.
What would Jesus do?
Here, if you're gonna talk, you got to come back to the table. So just go ahead,
Give me,
just sit.
Did she really just say, what would Jesus do?
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, take a seat.
Are you familiar with the concept of the Holy Trinity?
Yes, I am.
So you would agree within the concept of the Holy Trinity that Jesus Christ and God are the same being?
Yes.
Okay, great. So then that would mean that Jesus nuked Sodom and Gomorrah for sexual sin, right?
Wait, I don't know about that.
I'm
Hold on.
sorry,
yeah, okay. Hold on.
Bro,
you don't know about that?
are you just come back to the table?
No, I don't know about that.
I like how Andrew and her are still having this conversation while that lady's freaking out over there.
Yeah, I
What's
don't.
she
That wasn't
doing?
even that bad of an exchange. I don't know.
All right,
why
hold
she
on.
got upset about that one.
I think that's maybe a rage quit, but she's welcome. She's still kind of here, so she's welcome to come back to the table. Whatever, you guys disagreed, not a big deal.
Yeah, that
Hold
wasn't
on.
really even a brutal exchange.
We have a couple chats there coming through, guys. $100 TTS if you want to get it in. Sorry for the delay on some of these.
You could see her like reflection right here, like see right there are my arrows. You could see, so she's still standing there.
Christopher donated $100. Sorry, let me clarify. The man not only didn't call for help, but he pointed and laughed at the 30 women while they were being beaten. Does his past not matter?
Whoa.
I was the one
That's
who
a little
initially
aggressive.
answered that question, so I guess I'll start it off if that's okay. To me now at this point, if he pointed and laughed, I wouldn't personally forgive him, but everyone's forgiven through Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no one's arguing that, but we're saying, so if a man used to like, beat his wife or something, but then he found Christ and Christ has forgiven him, he's repented for his sins, should we be like, well, you should go out with him? No, you should. Hey, what, you think you're better than him? Like, no, obviously it would be understandable if women didn't want to go out with him. It happens with like in prison inmates all the time, where prison inmates go and they find Christ and they repent and stuff, but they get out and it's like if a woman doesn't want to go out with them, then they don't have to, and they shouldn't be made to feel like they should. But how come men are made to feel like they should, even if a woman repents for her sins?
You can try that.
Hey, don't either rejoin the panel. You got either just rejoin the panel, but we can't have people talking back there. I guess really quick on the final thing here. Maybe I don't know if this analogy is going to be helpful. Imagine a man having a reputation for spending obscene amounts of money on women that he had no interest in dating. Then when he dates you, he says he won't spend a dime until you prove yourself to him.
Ooh, that's good. See, thank you. Good on Brian. He's asking what I brought up earlier about, if a man, you found out a man did all these things for these women, before, but now he's like treating you to like all the Applebee's where he took them to fancy restaurants and stuff. Same question. Let's see how they answer.
Would you accept that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Why not?
You guys be fine with
Bullshit.
that? Okay, so
Yeah.
every single,
Bullshit.
here's another one then. This guy you meet, you like him, he likes you, or at least you think. You find out somehow through the grapevine that every single girl he dated before you, not even that. All the girls that he just hooked up with, but never like dated seriously, he bought them gifts, took them on trips, expensive dinners, etc. There's been no change to his financial situation. But then he meets you and he says, you're the one. I want to be in a long-term relationship with you. But we have to wait for me to do all those things that I gave away to those other women who I claim I don't care about. Those things have to wait. I won't do those things with you. Any objections there?
Hey, Brian, like I said, it's the action afterwards that's the most telling.
She's mad. You could tell because he's absolutely correct there. They know the answer is they wouldn't like that, and she sounds upset when she's answering right here.
Huh? The action afterwards?
Yeah, it's the
So you
action
wouldn't-
afterwards. So how long? Like you're just saying a very blatant, plain statement. Like what happened in between? Has this man done self-improvement? Like why am I even with him in the first place if he's spending all this money on all these girls he wouldn't date? You know what I'm saying? Like there needs to be some context here.
Now
It's
there needs to be
hypothetical
context.
to point out that women will have sort of two categories that they put men into. Sometimes women will even actively have a guy waiting while having a friends with benefits, while having a sneaky link. They'll be going on dates telling this guy, I want to wait, I want to wait, I want to wait. Meanwhile, that's not her actual value. That's not her actual virtue. She's just doing this arbitrary thing as sort of a game to either attempt to portray like virtue signaling, basically false virtue signaling. That's the objection,
Right, but
and the double standard and the unfair treatment.
and I
Now, see, I disagree. I think that could be with some women. That could be very well with some women. But I think there are women out there who get into these paths, because again, in our culture, we're told, oh, it's empowering to sleep with all these men. Sleep with as many people as possible. That's empowering, And then these women, they do that, and then they learn the error of their ways. And I think they genuinely do want to change, and they do want to like do things right and hold out for a man. I think there are women who are genuinely like that. But with that said, if a man finds out about her past and he's like, yeah, it doesn't matter if you're trying to do things right now, I don't really want any part of that. The whole point is men shouldn't feel shamed or guilted into dating a woman if she has a past like that. Much in the same way, if you find out things about a man in his past, that even if he's repented, he's repented for all these sins, he's changed. If you found out something bad about him, like again, he used to do these bad things, you shouldn't feel obligated to date him. And likewise, this is her reactions coming from because Brian actually confronted them with a good question. What if you find out a man did all these things for these past girls that he claims he didn't care about, but with you, he's making you wait? She's obviously upset about that. Now she needs context because he pointed out rightfully the hypocrisy in all this stuff. Where her hypocrisy is, where the woman who rage quit hypocrisy was, all hypocrisy. And that's why we need to hold women in general accountable, because we've gone on for far too long enough with this whole, oh, women are all girl bosses, they're all strong, they could do whatever they want, have no duties. And we need to point this stuff out for them. Well, this is an entertaining to watch. It was great to see this hippy dippy girl get absolutely owned. And it was also good to see that other girl rage quit for whatever reason. Always good to see a good rage quit. But what did you guys think about this? How did you guys think Andrew Wilson did? Heck, how did you think how Brian did? Leave a comment in the comment section below. Give this video a like if you liked it. Please leave a comment as well. That'll help. All that stuff will help me out in the algorithm. And subscribe to my channel if you really liked it. Also, make sure you can see the full video in the description down below. And also check out the Cool Stream Live Mondays through Fridays at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time.